If you're looking for an affordable front bumper that's going to up the utility and protection of your 2007 to 2018 JK Wrangler, this Barricade HD Trail Force front bumper will do a great job. Now this will offer solid protection and added utility for your off-road adventures compared to your factory front bumper if you're looking for a bit more out of your setup while not completely breaking the bank. Not to mention, this bumper is an incredibly easy way to transform the presence of the front end of your JK thanks to the heavy-duty appearance and the tough styling. The bumper will feature a mid-width yet high-clearance design offering a good balance of coverage and maneuverability when you're out on the trail. Now the front bumper will also feature a bull bar for grille protection with welded tabs on the back for lighting, 2 welded D-ring mounts and included D-rings in the kit capable of a 9,500 pound pulling capacity and cutouts for your factory fog lights. Now on top of the bumper will be a winch plate for any standard winch with up to a 12,000 pound pulling capacity, allowing you a ton of options to choose from and really customize your setup. Not to mention, the cutouts on either side for your factory fogs will allow you to retain your factory fog lights or upgrade to a set of aftermarket ones to maintain good visibility at night. When it comes to the construction, this bumper will be made of a 5/32 inch mild steel plate construction, and steel tubing up top is going to be 2 inches by 0.12 or 0.12 of an inch for reliable durability. Now the bumper will also have a textured black powder coat finish to protect the steel underneath from rusting and keep it looking new for years to come. Now I would like to mention that you may need a fog light extension harness for your JK because of the relocations of the fog lights on the outside, but you can find that right here on our site. Barricade has a great option for this and it's affordable as well, so you don't have to worry when it comes to mounting up this front bumper. When it comes to price, this will be one of your most affordable choices for a front bumper at around $350. Now I think that for the price, this is a steal considering all the benefits that you're getting from this, from the head-on and grille protection, the utility of the winch plate and the D-rings as recovery points, and the options that you get with light mounting tabs, and of course the winch, and overall just the heavy-duty appearance that this brings to the table. Now when looking at other options, that's going to be a lot for this price point, so I think if you want something that isn't complicated but still has everything that you need for your on or off-road adventures, then this is going to be a great pick. Now install will be a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, being pretty straightforward, and will take you about 2 hours to get this bolted up and ready to go. Now at this point we can head over to the shop and check out a detailed breakdown on how to get this onto your JK at home. So that's going to wrap it up for me. Let's go ahead and get into it.
For this install you will need an impact, a ratchet, small extension, 8 and 18 millimeter sockets, and the provided Allen wrench. What's up guys, today we're going to be installing a new front bumper on our Jeep, but before we get started we're going to send you to watch a short video on how to uninstall your factory one, and we'll see you when you get back.
So the first step to taking off our bumper is disconnecting our fog lights, and then we can go ahead and get underneath the bumper so we can start disassembling all of that hardware. You will need a 18 millimeter deep socket and a ratchet, as well as something comfortable to lay on. So just disconnect the fog lights. All you have to do is push down the tab and we can take that off and set that aside. And we can do the same thing for the other one. So you're gonna have 4 studs with 4 nuts on either side of your frame rail. We are at the innermost bolts here. You're gonna be using an 18 millimeter deep socket to remove the nuts, and I am also using a 3-inch extension. This is just gonna help me clear the bumper down here. So the outer portion will be a lot easier to see. So what we're gonna do now is remove the 18 millimeter nuts that are holding on to the studs on our bumper. You're gonna have 2 on the outer portion of the frame rail and 2 on the inner portion. The inner portion is gonna be a little bit hard to see. So you will have 2 here. We're gonna use an 18 millimeter deep socket to remove those. I'm also using a 3-inch extension just to clear this bottom portion of the bumper. So now we're at the innermost driver's side bolts. You will have this vacuum pump here if you have a 2012 to 2018 JK, so I wouldn't recommend the extension, but if you have a 2007 to 2011 JK, you can use that extension to help you out. So after all the hardware is disconnected, we can take off our front bumper.
Alrighty guys, welcome back. Now that we have our factory bumper off, for this particular one, we're going to be transferring our factory fog lights over to the new bumper. So we're going to need to go ahead and pull those out. Now, from the factory, you should have 4 screws holding each fog light and bracket in. Due to previous installs and over time, we've lost a couple. That's okay. We're going to remove R2 with an 8mm socket and extension on our impact. Then we'll do that for the other one and get them swapped over to the new bumper. Pop that one out. And once you have your screws out, you just go ahead and pull your fog light out, and we are going to line these up and keep them on the same side that they came out. So now that we've got our new bumper on the table, we're ready to go ahead and install our brackets for our fog lights. And our brackets here are going to go right onto this little bottom bracket here on the bumper. Then this other side is already stationary. So we'll go ahead and get this bolted on with our supplied Allen head bolts, 2 flat washers and a lock washer and a nut for each one. There are 2. And then we'll go ahead and get our fog lights bolted to those brackets. Go ahead and get our bolt, lock washer, and flat washer into our top position here. Go ahead and get our top one started. Then we'll get our flat washer and our nut in on the back side. So we'll go ahead and get our top bolt snug down with our provided Allen wrench. Go ahead and get that in here. Just snug that in place. Then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for our bottom one. So now that we have our bracket in place, we'll go ahead and set our fog light in, like so. Then we're going to grab 4 more of our provided Allen head screws, lock washers and flat washers for the head side, and then a flat washer and nut for the back sides. Then we can go ahead and begin mounting these. So we'll get our, now we haven't fully tightened this yet, just to allow for any adjustments we need to make for the fog lights themselves. So we'll go ahead and get one in. Now these are very small nuts and bolts, so it's going to take a little patience to get them on. We'll go ahead and get our washer and nut on the back side here. Again, tight space and small hardware, so just be patient with it. We'll get our provided Allen wrench on our screw head first. Kind of hold it steady. We'll get our nut. Get our nut started here. Now that we have that one started, we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other 3, and then we'll repeat the same process for the other side. So now we can go ahead and get our bolt plates in place on our mounting points here. So what we're going to do is fish this behind this opening. Go ahead and get our stud up top here, and slide our nut portion at the bottom mounting point. Then we're going to add these plastic retainer washers to our studs. These are just going to help hold these in place when we mount our bumper. We'll go ahead and do that one. We'll get the other side in here. Go ahead and get our plastic washer on. Sometimes you can just push them down, sometimes you have to thread them. Then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. Get ready to get this on the truck. So now we've got ourselves an extra set of hands. We're gonna go ahead and set our bumper in place to our factory mounting points on our frame horn. Then we'll get our 2 provided nuts, lock washers, and flat washers on each of the studs on the top side. Then we'll go ahead and install our bottom hardware. So now we'll go ahead and get our provided 18mm bolt, lock washer, and flat washer into the nut portion of our bolt plate at the bottom. Now you can kind of reach in from the back side here on this front opening. Kind of hold your nut plate in place. And then now that we've got this one started, we'll do the same thing for the other 3. Then we'll come back, make sure our bumper is where we want it, and tighten everything down. So now we'll go ahead and grab our 18mm socket on our ratchet and tighten these down. And we'll do the same thing for the rest of our hardware, then we can get our fog lights plugged in. So now we're gonna grab our fog light connectors, bring those over our frame horns here. We can go ahead, get those plugged in, just like so. And we can go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. So now we can go ahead and get our D-rings installed. So we'll grab our ring, grab our stud, go ahead and slide that through. Go ahead and get that threaded on. Snug that down. And we'll do the same thing for the other one. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our Barricade Trail Force HD front bumper for your 07 to 18 Jeep Wrangler JK. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Wrangler, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.